Good evening. This is a crypto market recap for Wednesday, March 26th. So, Bitcoin is still holding up better than the stock market is. We saw a little bit more daily consolidation today, but we didn't see significant follow through on our break of yesterday, and we're seeing lower wicks at this point. So that is a good sign. We're still above the 12 moving average. We have the 50 moving average, which is a problem above us. And so we're kind of just hanging out here and letting our EMAs catch up before we potentially make a test at this 50 moving average. But we're looking good. Overall, we made it to the 0.5 on the way back down, so odds do favor seeing a 4-hour lower high, but we're already bouncing, so that looks good. So we had a 4-hour trend change with no follow through at this time. So that is good when this happens. That just kind of tells you to look the other way if we go straight into a 4-hour trend change into a 4-hour bounce. It just tells you to look the other way. It's maybe looking up is where we're heading. So we need to get over these resistances here. We've kind of got a trend line here now. Kind of what I'm looking at. Actually, it looks like a broadening wedge, but kind of a channel that we're in right now, getting above the 4-hour 12 EMA at this time. So we're looking good for a potential continuation here on Bitcoin. Other names, not as much. A little bit more of a significant pullback on Ethereum. We do have room still to set the daily higher low, but not that much room. So 1938 is our support here, and just the same as Bitcoin, we are looking for a 4-hour lower high on the way back up as well, because we have pulled back enough here that we could also be looking at this like it's head and shoulders pattern here, and that's a caution as well. So we need to make as much of a bounce here as possible on the way back up. We're right at the 12 moving average on the daily as well right now. XRP, we actually saw a daily trend change, so we don't like that, but it's a daily trend change with no follow through at this time, and we don't want any more follow through. We need to get this 4-hour bouncing right away. Otherwise, we are at risk. We've got the we are rejecting the 50 moving average, so we don't like that. We do have room for a higher low than $2.22 on the way back down, but we are kind of going to be looking at this like a potential equilibrium at this point with how much we've pulled back, and we are putting ourselves at risk of setting the weekly lower high. So we don't want to lose 222.39 on the way back down. We need to keep that. Litecoin, outside bar on both ends, so we saw a bull break with no follow through, and then we had a bear break with not a lot of follow through. So we're still looking at this like a rising wedge. We keep getting bull breaks with no follow through, which is not a good sign. Bull break, no follow through. Bull break, no follow through. So right from here, bull break, no follow through, bull break, no follow through, bull break, no follow through. 4 times that so that just keeps me cautious of still potentially we are in a rising wedge. I'm just going to move the boundaries now. We got like basically 3 touches on the way up now, and a couple 3 touches on the way, on top and bottom now. So this is what I'm looking at. We don't want to fall out of this now. We've started to bounce on the 4-hour. We want to make as much room as possible, but we're just looking for a 4-hour lower high on the way back up now on Litecoin. So I don't like this keep getting breakouts with no follow through. Hype already at risk of losing its daily support, so not a good look. We closed below the 12 moving average. This is quite a big drop, and we just barely saved our bear flag at this time. So we made it all over the 0.5, and then yeah, it came down hard. So now we're looking at this like a potential equilibrium. Now we're expecting we're bouncing on the 4 hour now, but we're expecting a lower high on the way back up, and we need to make as much room as possible, and we would just be looking at this like a equilibrium at best. So we don't want to lose these supports now that is significant, and we are definitely at risk of losing that at this point. BNB. So we did break out yesterday without any follow through. That upper wick was kind of a little bit telling, and we saw a daily consolidation here, and we already broke our first daily support here. So now we're looking at this 605.1 on the way back down. So we have room there. We hit hourly oversold, and it looks like we changed the hourly trend actually to the bulls. So that is a good sign. Breaking support here with no follow through, and possibly maybe hourly oversold could be marking our daily high or low. We need to break the high of today now to make sure, or to kind of set that, and that will tell us, yeah, if we can break that, that will give us the answers we want. But now we need to hold the lows of where we just bounced from. We need to hold 615.8, and we are now looking at this like a potential daily head and shoulders at this point if we do start bouncing on the daily. So we're not out of the woods by any means. BNB is still stronger than the other names for the size of its bounce and holding up so far, but we're still at risk on even BNB. Solana, we started daily consolidation. We're still above the 12 moving average on the daily. We hit hourly oversold. Now we need to change the hourly trend back to the bulls and set that daily high or low as soon as possible. We need to break the high of today to set that. Ondo still hasn't changed, or still hasn't started daily consolidation yet, so we didn't get a lot of follow through on this breakout, but we're not started consolidation yet. We don't want to lose the hourly trend. We kind of lost it. It's just different because it trades 24 hours on crypto. But now we have this inverse head and shoulders that we're looking at that is now breaking bulls, so that is a good sign. This was kind of what we're looking at here, so that's good. We're breaking resistance, so we need to keep this bounce going as long as possible, and then we're just looking for that daily lower high, then 120. Link, no daily consolidation yet, just a weaker bounce overall anyways. Coming up to the 50 moving average, and just keep setting daily higher highs, or getting daily higher highs. And keeping our 4 hour trend alive, uptrend. That's the important thing on all these names. Keeping the 4 hour uptrend going. So Link, yeah. We've made enough room that we'll probably set a lower high on the way back up on Link, but yeah, we still haven't changed the 4 hour trend. Sui, still keeping our 4 hour uptrend alive, so that's good. As long as we're setting higher highs and higher lows. XLM, we broke our 4 hour support with not a lot of follow through. Now we're seeing a 4 hour bounce, so we need to make as much room as possible. We're still looking at this like a rising wedge. Cardano broke our 4 hour support. No follow. No, actually, we did get a bit of follow through, but into our 4 hour bounce right now, and if we can get above the 0.382 on the way back up, we'll be good. But we are still expecting a lower high on the way back up, most likely scenario, and we'll see if we can get an equilibrium or a bull flag if we can get up there. Doge, still keeping our 4 hour uptrend, still keeping the 4 hour 12 EMA, so that's good. We did pull back enough that we would expect a lower high on the way back up, and we could potentially be seeing in 4-hour head and shoulders, so we're still at risk for Dogecoin. Hbar, we broke 4-hour support, but we're bouncing now on the 4-hour, so we need to make as much room as possible and keep our 4-hour uptrend alive. But most likely scenario, once again, we see a 4-hour lower high on the way back up. MOCHI, still in a 4-hour equilibrium, so that's good. Got to stay in that and keep our 4-hour uptrend alive. Alpha, we got a wick above this rising wedge, but we closed back within, and we're just kind of moving this a little bit to keep the price action since it was a breakout with no follow through. And yeah, we're still at risk of falling out of this wedge. Kaspa, we have changed the 4-hour trend. Not a lot of follow through though, so we've broken through daily support that we had, small support that we had here, but 0.072263 is more important on the way back down, so we need to hold that on the way back down here and keep this this daily equilibrium alive here. AVAX, daily inside bar, should be seeing, yeah, we are looking for a 4-hour low on the way back up, but looks like we're just about bouncing now out for double top right here. When this does bounce, we would be expecting a lower high on the way back up, and we could be setting up a head and shoulders just like many names at this point. So we need to keep our 4-hour uptrends alive. Ton, we had more, we consolidated a little bit more on the daily, but we actually set our daily higher low now. We've already set our daily low, our higher low, and now we are looking at a potential lower high than 375.82, and we could see an equilibrium here play out. Starting to see an upper wick at this point, so potential that is what we're seeing here. Trump, so we have changed the 4-hour trend now. We broke down with no follow through. We're already seeing a 4-hour bounce, so could be looking up now at this point, but we'll most likely see a lower high on the way back up. Then 1206, and we've got that double top there, so we need to make as much room as possible here, and then we'll be looking at kind of an inverse head and shoulders on the 4-hour. And so that's what I'm looking at. The important thing tomorrow morning is going to be the GDP growth quarter over quarter. See, that happens an hour before the market opens, and so that's going to rock the market, I can guarantee you. And so a lot of our patterns will probably break at that point, and one way or the other. So be on the lookout for that. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.